Hey everybody, welcome back to Large Man Abroad. We are not in Greece right now. We actually flew over to Istanbul to plan our wedding. So we want to try something a little bit different this time. We're going to do a food review. Baklava. Baklava in Greece. In America, we usually associate baklava with Greece. They typically have some kind of a bad pre-frozen version of this at every Greek restaurant in America. But since I moved to Athens, I've had a lot of baklava, and I know it can be a bit of a touristy thing, but I've had baklava all over Athens, and I feel like I'm actually a pretty good judge at this point because I eat so much different food. So we're gonna do that. But we're not in Athens, and this isn't Greek baklava. When I first started dating Dolores, she would tell me how much better baklava was in Turkey, and I didn't really understand what she was saying because, you know, I thought baklava was Greek. We also have another kind of baklava they call cold baklava, but it's wet, so I don't really know how that's gonna be or if I'm really gonna like it. And lastly, we have something called tulumba, which looks like kind of candied mini churros, which I'm actually really interested in because I love churros. I've had churros in America, I've had churros in Spain, I've had churros in Mexico, and I'm a big fan. I've been eating churros since I was a kid. So, and as you can hear, on the other side of the wall here, the neighbor actually has a small farm. So there's chickens and roosters running literally 3 or 4 feet from my head. And behind is the family dog back there. That's Bella, a big old pit bull. So anyway, let's just go ahead and get into this. Got that guy right there. Aw. Okay. So it's definitely different, right? I knew it was going to be a little bit different because I saw pistachios on it. And typically in Greece, you know, they use walnut and almond for the baklava. It's definitely not as soft, right? But the big thing is it's not that sweet. And in Turkey, from things I've had in the past, I know that Turkish desserts typically aren't incredibly sweet. And the first time I met Dolores' mom, they brought out some cookies, and they were actually salted cookies, which I had when I was confused. I'm like, what is this? You know, no sweetness at all, just salt. Turkish people is salty, like salty things. I'm really going to like salty things, so yeah. But I really do love this. It's like an adult baklava, you know, because it's not like candy. So I can see myself eating a lot of this, and we just happen to have a box of it, as you saw in the little picture there. So yeah, probably gonna get a stomach kick later. Anyway, so let's move on to the cold baklava. I think this time we're gonna go glasses off because it's a beautiful day. Show you this beautiful face. Okay, so right off the bat, as you can see in the picture and here, it looks completely different, right? There you go. You know, it's wet. So, but it's still the phyllo dough, right? So a lot of layers. Looks like cocoa on top. Also, before we keep going, if you like this kind of stuff, you know, I can continue to do it because we're in Turkey. We're going to be here for a few weeks, so I'd like to try some more stuff. But if you do like this kind of content, go ahead and like and subscribe, and we'll keep making more of this if people are interested. And if not, we just go back to the same old, same old. Okay. It definitely doesn't cut as easily. It's definitely a bit on the soggy side. So, yeah. Here we go. It's still pistachios in the center. So. Okay. That is really good. I like that way more than I thought. It's like a milky baklava, right? But like kind of chocolatey at the same time. I don't get any of the pistachio, but it's really good. So it's definitely sweeter than the normal baklava, but I could definitely see myself eating a lot of this as well. And of course we have a box of it like you saw, so the blood sugar levels are going to go high. My A1C is going to get high, but I think I'm okay with it. So we're going to have to go for a run later. That's for sure. Yeah. And smash this whole thing. I'm not just taking one bite. I'm eating absolutely all of it. Okay. Okay. Absolutely delicious, right? Definitely not like adult baklava, like Turkish baklava. It is Turkish baklava, but it's cold and wet. So it's completely different. It's just built similarly, but the flavor is completely different. I recommend this, right? If you come to Turkey, try this. It's still not super, super sweet. Like, it's still less sweet than Greek baklava, for sure. But it's definitely sweeter than Turkish baklava. And it's good. This is like, in America, we have our like really, really sugary breakfast cereals. And if you let it sit in milk for a while, you know, it's really bad, but really good at the same time. This kind of reminds me a little bit like that, but really good. Yeah. So I guess we have one left. We have the tulumba, right? The mini churros. So let me go grab that real quick. All right, we are back. We have our tulumba. Yeah, they look nice. They're very shiny. Like I said, it's like candied churro, right? Hey, look at that, right? I don't know, but we're just gonna dive into it. All right, here we go. Okay. There's nothing churro about that at all. It's definitely sweet. It's a lot of sugar. Wow. So if you waited this long in the video to see what tulumba was like, hoping that was going to be like little mini churros, and when you come to Turkey, you can get some mini churros, I'm going to have to disappoint you. That is nothing like a churro. It's very sweet. I don't even know what to really say about the flavor. It's just kind of like sweet, deep fried dough covered in sugar, right? It almost tastes stale. They're not stale. We went to a really, really, really good bakery for these, but it's not great. It's really not great. I don't think if I never have this ever again in my life, I'll be fine with that. I'll be fine with that. But Delora loves them, so maybe it's like it has to be some kind of childhood thing, because no grown adult would eat that and be like, I need to get some more of this. So yeah. But there's definitely a lot more sweet things in this country that I've had that are really good. And I'd like to maybe bring them on camera to show you guys kind of what Turkey has to offer as far as food goes. Because Turkey is a bit of a mystery when it comes to America, when it comes to the West in general. Because there's a lot of stereotypes and there's a lot of baggage that comes with Turkey. So it's going to be interesting to kind of explore this, especially living in Greece as long as I have. Because, you know, there's always a tension between Greece and Turkey. Although all the Turkish people I know in Greece have Greek girlfriends or boyfriends or husbands or wives, or, you know, and friends. So there's not really so much of a tension that it keeps the people away from each other. But it's definitely in the history for sure. And that history is fairly recent. And I know that there is still saber rattling that goes on. But as far as the food goes, I'd like to do this again. But that's all we have for today. So thanks for stopping by. And I hope you guys have a great one. And if you want to see more, you go ahead and click some of the other videos I have and subscribe, because there's going to be a lot more kind of Turkish content going out, especially with everything we have going on over the next couple of weeks. So thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being amazing. Thanks for being you. And have a good one.